The digital age has ushered in a new era of crime, transcending geographical boundaries and posing unprecedented challenges to law enforcement agencies worldwide. In Southeast Asia, Thailand stands on the front lines of this battle, grappling with the rise of transnational scam syndicates. Since July 2023, the Thai government has significantly intensified its crackdown on these criminal networks, launching a series of high-profile raids and arrests. These operations have led to the dismantling of major syndicates and the seizure of substantial assets, signaling a strong message of zero tolerance towards cybercrime. One notable success has been the disruption of communication networks used by these syndicates. In a strategic move, the National Bureau of Telecommunications took down cell towers that were specifically servicing scam compounds in neighboring Myanmar. These compounds, often located in lawless border regions, serve as operational hubs for criminal gangs, housing hundreds of victims forced to participate in fraudulent activities. The operation demonstrated a decisive step towards crippling these networks and cutting off their communication lifelines. However, the fight against these sophisticated criminal organizations is far from over. Scam syndicates have proven to be highly adaptable and resourceful, constantly evolving their tactics to evade law enforcement. One of the key challenges faced by Thai authorities is the fluid nature of these operations. When one compound is raided or a communication channel shut down, the syndicates swiftly relocate, often melting back into the shadows before authorities can react. They leverage porous borders, corrupt officials, and advanced technology to stay one step ahead, making it a constant game of cat and mouse for law enforcement. Adding to the complexity is the evolving political landscape within Thailand. Recent domestic political transitions have unfortunately led to a shift in priorities, diverting resources and attention away from combating transnational scams. This shift has inadvertently created a window of opportunity for criminal networks to regroup and expand their operations. The lack of consistent political will and the bureaucratic hurdles inherent in any large-scale operation further hinder the effectiveness of law enforcement agencies. The fight against transnational scams requires sustained commitment, resources, and coordinated action, elements that are often disrupted during times of political change. The battle against transnational scam syndicates is not merely about shutting down physical compounds or arresting individual members. It's about tackling a constantly shifting landscape where criminals leverage technology, exploit legal loopholes, and adapt their methods faster than law enforcement can often respond. The use of advanced technology, particularly in the realm of communications, has been instrumental in the resilience of these criminal networks. While the takedown of cell towers servicing scam compounds was a significant blow, it also highlighted the adaptability of these groups. Reports emerged shortly after of syndicates quickly switching to new and less easily traceable communication methods. These included utilizing smuggled Starlink systems, exploiting the satellite internet constellation for its global reach, and resistance to traditional forms of interception. The incident served as a stark reminder that technological advancements, while beneficial to society, also empower criminal elements with new tools for their illicit activities. This technological arms race is not limited to communication. Scam syndicates are increasingly employing sophisticated malware, designed to infiltrate and hijack computer systems, stealing sensitive data or holding it hostage for ransom. Furthermore, the rise of artificial intelligence and deepfake technology adds another layer of complexity. Criminals use these tools to create convincing fake identities, manipulate audio and video recordings, and deceive their victims with alarming accuracy. The constantly evolving nature of technology necessitates a parallel evolution in law enforcement strategies and capabilities. However, the challenge extends beyond technology. Syndicates are increasingly operating as service-based businesses, offering their expertise in various aspects of cybercrime to other criminal organizations. This shift towards a more specialized and decentralized structure makes it more difficult for law enforcement to identify and dismantle entire networks. Moreover, new underground markets have emerged, facilitating the trade of stolen data, malware, and even access to compromised accounts. This interconnected web of criminal services allows individual actors to remain anonymous, while still contributing to the larger ecosystem of cybercrime. To understand the enormity of the challenge that Thailand faces, it's crucial to acknowledge the broader regional context. Southeast Asia, with its porous borders, lax regulations in certain areas, and a complex web of political and economic dynamics, has become a fertile breeding ground for transnational organized crime, with scam syndicates being just one manifestation of this growing problem. The region's rapid economic development, coupled with an explosion in internet and mobile phone penetration, has created a perfect storm for cybercrime to flourish. Within Southeast Asia, certain countries have emerged as major hubs for these criminal networks. While Thailand has stepped up its efforts, neighboring countries like Myanmar, Cambodia, and Laos, grappling with their own internal challenges, have become havens for scam operations. The lack of effective law enforcement, coupled with rampant corruption in some cases, allows these criminal organizations to operate with relative impunity. For instance, reports have emerged of scam compounds flourishing in Myanmar's Shan state, largely controlled by armed groups with little incentive to cooperate with international law enforcement. Furthermore, the flow of illicit funds generated through these scams often ends up being laundered through various channels within the region. Unregulated online gambling platforms and high-risk cryptocurrency exchanges have become particularly attractive for criminals seeking to clean their ill-gotten gains. This illicit money then seeps into the legitimate economy, distorting markets, fueling corruption, and undermining the rule of law. The interconnected nature of these criminal activities necessitates a coordinated regional response, one that addresses the root causes and disrupts the entire ecosystem. The transnational nature of these criminal networks underscores the need for robust international cooperation. Information sharing between countries is crucial to track the movement of criminals, understand their evolving tactics, and coordinate effective responses. Joint task forces, extradition treaties, and collaborative investigations are essential tools in this fight. However, achieving meaningful cooperation is often hampered by political sensitivities, differing legal frameworks, and a lack of trust between nations. The fight against transnational scam syndicates is not a battle that Thailand can win alone. It requires a multi-pronged approach involving domestic reforms, regional cooperation, and international collaboration. On the domestic front, Thailand needs to strengthen its law enforcement agencies, providing them with the resources, training, and legal framework to effectively combat cybercrime. This includes investing in advanced technology, enhancing cybersecurity capabilities, and training specialized units to investigate and prosecute these complex crimes. Equally important is addressing the issue of corruption, which often provides a safe haven for criminal elements. Strengthening law enforcement institutions, promoting transparency and accountability, and fostering a culture of zero tolerance towards corruption are crucial steps in the right direction. Furthermore, raising public awareness about the dangers of online scams is paramount. Educating citizens on how to identify and avoid falling victim to these scams can significantly reduce the effectiveness of these criminal operations. On the regional front, closer cooperation with neighboring countries is essential. This includes sharing intelligence, coordinating law enforcement operations, and harmonizing legal frameworks to close loopholes that criminals exploit. Establishing a regional task force dedicated to combating transnational scams could be a significant step towards a more unified and effective response. The task force could facilitate information sharing, coordinate joint operations, and act as a central hub for capacity building and training programs for law enforcement agencies across the region. Finally, international collaboration is crucial for tackling the global nature of cybercrime. This includes working with Interpol, the United Nations, and other relevant international organizations to share best practices, develop international legal frameworks, and coordinate cross-border investigations and prosecutions. Engaging with tech companies and social media platforms is also essential to address the misuse of their platforms for criminal activities. By fostering a collaborative environment that brings together governments, law enforcement agencies, tech companies, and civil society organizations, a more comprehensive and effective response to this evolving threat can be developed.